I'm working on my work. So I'm in my office and I'm working, so I need...
What are we going to put on your dress today?
A magic brick.
Now, what are we going to put on it? What are we going to put right here? Your what?
Money.
Your monogram. Yeah. Thank you for the introduction.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, it's Whitney, your host with Needles Embroidery. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Today, it's a really quick tip on how to float a pre-existing item like this. This is a dress that I made for my daughter, and it has this cute little valance part of the bodice, and I thought it looked a little empty. And the smart thing for me to have done was go ahead and do it before I sewed it all together. However, I was doing it late at night and I didn't want to wake my husband up with my embroidery machine. So I'm going to do it now. And I'm just going to put a simple little K for Caitlin right in the center here. Today, I'm going to show you how to float your embroidery item that's already pre-made in your embroidery hoop. Now, I am a fast frame go-to person, so this is going to be a little educational for the both of us, because fast frames are simple and fast. That's what they are intended to do. You can easily float stuff right on there like this and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to show you how to float a pre-existing item in your embroidery hoop. And today I'm going to be using the 4x4 hoop and white thread. The font is, let me look, I already have it made up. The font, well, on my embroidery program, it doesn't have a name, it has a number. So on my embroidery program, it is number 69, and it's just this really cute letter K. Here is what it looks like, and I'm going to be putting that on this. It's not very big, it's just a really feminine, itsy bitsy little font that I thought my daughter would like to fill up her dress. So let's get started. Alright, I'm trying to work with lighting and all that stuff. It's been so long since I've done a video, I can't remember how I positioned my light and all that stuff. So for that, I apologize. But here I have my 4x4 hoop. I have a cutaway stabilizer. This one actually is an iron-on. You can see the glossiness of it. I would prefer to use a non-iron-on, so I'm just going, I'm going to go ahead and face it the right way. Okay, so I am going to completely cover my hoop backing, and then I'm going to press my hoop inside. Okay, I have a good drum sound, and then I'll cut it away. And don't throw the excess away, like this part, because this part will actually fit on this tiny monogrammer one. So keep it. Keep all your stabilizer. Okay, making sure that it's just really taut. Okay, the next step is, if you can eyeball it, I have a grid mat, and so I can see the lines through the mat, and I line up my notches with my grid line. But if you don't have that, you just lay your ruler right on top.
Don't even.
And draw your line. I don't have to press inside or anything like that. I just lay it right on top. I get my pencil lined up with the notch, and then carefully draw the line all the way down. It's actually dark enough for me to see it.
Don't even fold this, okay?
Okay. If you're using something that is white or has a little bit of transparency and color to the fabric, go ahead and use a water-soluble marker. The blue will actually wash away when you wash it in the washing machine. Or sometimes I've sprayed water on top of it and it's just completely dissolved. So, okay, the next step. Shh. You're going to have to be quiet in here. I'm going to find the center.
The center.
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 Do not move that. Don't move it because it'll fall off the table. Train. Don't.
Okay.
Yeah, this would have been so much easier. Because it's a little bit bigger than the actual bodice part. This little valance, I don't even know what it's called. This little extra piece. Okay, press it with my finger. Ooh, sorry. And then I look to make sure it's in the center. Alright, so I'm going to do a voiceover for this part because I had a upset little girl. I made her leave my office for knocking over my camera. So here I am just lining up the center fold where I had pressed the fabric to find the center, and I'm just laying that directly on the pencil line that I drew on top of my stabilizer, and I'm using pins to hold it in place. And if you choose to use a sticky spray, you're more than welcome to. I find it gums up my machine. I don't really prefer to use any spray adhesive to hold it down. If you feel comfortable pinning, then that is also my choice of method. And you can use more pins if you want to. Try not to stretch. If you're using anything that has a nap or it's a knit fabric, try not to stretch it as you put it onto your embroidery hoop or your fast frame, because it will pull, and then the design, when it comes off, will have a pucker or a pull to it itself. So we are going to take this to the embroidery machine and get started. Okay, I did decide on a different color. I chose the color green instead of white because I was fearful that if I chose white, it would show dirt really fast. And I tried to match it the best I could with that little butterfly in the pattern or in that fabric. So it's all stitching out. My embroidery machine was set on 700. I am using a knit or a ballpoint needle. Actually, all my needles are ballpoint needles just because it gives such a good clean look when it's done. So I would advise you, instead of using the universal or sharp needles, unless you're doing something really thick and heavy, to use a ballpoint needle. Okay, I'm going to speed up the video real quick. That is not in real time, but I wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see it, but I did have an undersewing, and that really sets a foundation for bold monograms like this, so the fabric doesn't pucker up later underneath and there's no pulling on the thread. So that's a really good tip if you are creating your own. Okay, it's all done. Let's look at it at the table. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Okay, here's what the backing looks like. You should only have a little bit of your bobbin thread peeking out the back side. Now on this one I have a little bit less bobbin thread but the tension actually is really high quality on this design. The tension is really good on the top embroidery thread too. There are no loops, there's no gaps. This is at the density of 5 millimeters. So let's go ahead and clean up the back. On the back, I use my double curved scissors. I showed this in one of my tools conversations that I had, a needles talk video, and this is a double curved scissors. You can cut the majority of this away if you want. It's easier to work with. Cut, cut. Okay, that can be used for another 4x4 hoop. I try to remember to turn my stabilizer over so I don't cut the fabric, because this took me about 30 minutes to make. I don't want to have to sit down and make another one of this style. Okay, now I go in and I just really delicately and slowly cut the bulk of the stabilizer away, because when you wash it, it will start to wrinkle, and I don't want any of the wrinkles showing from the front side. And I will have my daughter model this tomorrow, so you can see the finished product. If you want more tutorials on my 10 needle, give me a thumbs up. If you want more tutorials on my single needle, I just got it. It's been quite a few months ago now though, but I haven't done too many tutorials on it. So if you want tutorials on a single needle machine of how to do a little monogram like this, floating just as easy as on the 10 needle, write it in the comment section below. Go visit us on our Facebook group page and like, share, comment, subscribe, do all those things. All that helps me out in the long run. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!